Hi guys, my name is Oksana and today we will talk about the new Natasha Denona mini Starlette palette. This is my first video ever on my English YouTube channel, but I have also a Ukrainian YouTube channel, so if you are interested in what type of content I produce, you of course can check it out via the link below. I will leave it in the description box, but let's talk about this beauty. To be honest, when this palette first leaked, as happens with a lot of palettes that Natasha Denona releases, I wasn't that excited because I'm not the fan of the rosy palettes, especially if this is like intense rose layout of the palette. But this one, it got me by the basic of it, and also I like the basic palettes where we have either the pop of color or we have a different texture rather than satin or metallic. So I am a fan of sparkles, to be honest, and this sparkly formula from Natasha Denona is one of my favorites. And for some reason I didn't pay attention that I have already the shade Galaxia, which is the second one in the pan, in my mini retro palette, which is one of my favorites in the entire collection. And I have a collection of 80 palettes, so I do know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I did know that this is the prototype of the, not prototype, like the actual shade from the Star palette. And while we are on the touch of the Star palette, I just want to mention that this palette doesn't include the brand new shades because Natasha just released the already existing shades in her larger palettes but in the mini format. And so these two shades, which is Nude Mauve and also a Parasem, they are from the Lila palette, which I do own, so we will have some comparison with this palette as well. And the rest of the three shades, they are actually from the Star palette, and I don't have the Star palette, and this is, I believe, the second reason why I bought this palette. So to sum up, there are three reasons why I bought this palette. So the first one is basically the sparkle formula in the basic palette from Natasha Denona mini format, which is really travel friendly. The second one is YouTube channel, of course, and the third one is because I don't own the Star palette. So today this makeup is created by this palette, of course, so let me walk you through it. I have already filmed my Ukrainian review for this palette, so my English review is the second one, but still I will of course speak in Ukrainian, but I will just mute myself and then I will do the voiceover in English, and just to let you know what have I done for this look and also what I think about the shades. Basically, just to let you know, Natasha Denona uploaded full looks, as far as I remember, on her YouTube channel, and this makeup look is actually inspired by one of her uploads, basically. So let's begin to walk you through the process. So first what I did is I went straight into Nude Mauve shade, which is the one that we have in Lila. And what I did is just I went straight into the crease, and then I also got some on the outer corner. Then to intensify the look, I went into Per Se, and this matte I do like because it's very intense, it's very buildable, and it's very different from what I own in other brands. So I do have it in Lila, but I don't have any other shade like this in other palettes, and this is why I like it, and also I like the quality of that. So I just went straight into the outer corner, and then I also added it into the crease, like in the triangle form. The same did Natasha Denona in her tutorial, so there is nothing new. Then as Natasha Denona advised, I went into metallic shade, which is Ria, as far as I understand. If I do not pronounce correctly, please pardon. And then I also, by the way, applied this shade by the brush Refer 02, my favorite brush to apply all kind of shimmers, even sparkly ones. So what I did next is actually I applied Galaxia already closer to the inner corner of the lid, just to combine it with the metallic that I went with previously. And I also got it on the rougher brush and it applied beautifully, but to intensify and just to have again like more wet effect on the eye, I just went straight in with the finger and then applied it on the lid. So I did like how the look turned out, but then I also added this kind of wing, and Natasha Denona also added the wing in her eyeshadow look that she filmed, but it was a little bit different. So basically I wanted to do the same, but for some reason I did something wrong and it didn't turn out to be the same as Natasha Denona did. So this is why I just improvised, to be honest, and this is how we got them. So I do hope that this demo of the look will just show you how the shadows work, and as you can see, they work beautifully. I didn't have any issues at all. They blended beautifully, they builded intensely, and they also combined with each other. There are no conflicts between them, so this is why I like this palette even from my first impression. So this is my first makeup because I received this palette only today basically, and I didn't have time to play more, but still, of course, I will play more with it. And as always on my Ukrainian channel, I always update you in the videos like speedy reviews, the one that Morgan Turner is always doing, or not only Morgan Turner, I also saw Patty Alonso doing the same kind of videos. So I will update you about this palette, of course, but so far this palette worked beautifully and without any issues, and this is what I like, to be honest. As to the comparisons, of course there are two similar shades that we have in Lila and that I have in Lila. This is my Lila palette, and by the way, I didn't like it at first, then I didn't use it for around like 2 years, I believe, and then I had to film Natasha Denona rating for my Ukrainian channel, and when I tried it, because for my rating I did like 2 makeup looks for each of the palette, just to show how each of the palette perform and why I ranked them this or that way. So anyway, when I tried this palette, I was actually stunned by the quality, by the combinations, how settings also work beautifully on the eyes with the mattes and with the metallic shimmers in this palette. So this one is actually one of my most favorites right now, but it wasn't. So again, what I was talking about is that we have 2 similar shades in this palette, which I already showed you. Of course, I will include swatches so that you can see that they are indeed similar, but I can also show it to you right now. So basically this one is Nude Mauve and this one is Per Se from Mini Starlette. And then let's grab, oh my god, let's grab Lila Palette and let's do the same. So this one in the top corner is Per Se. So I see that it's not focused right now, it's focused, good. So this one is Per Se and this one is Nude Mauve, and let's compare them. So this is Nude Mauve from Mini Starlette and this is Nude Mauve from Lila. As you can see, pretty similar, identical. And then this one is from Mini Starlette Per Se and this one is from Lila Per Se. So maybe on Lila I just grabbed a little bit too much, but still this is the same shade and nothing like different in quality as well. So this is what I like about these minis, that mattes and shimmers, they are of the same good quality that Natasha Denona has in her larger palettes. Then, again, I don't have the Star palette, but I also compared Galaxia Shade from Mini Retro with this Mini Starlette. So let me wipe away the swatches and I will get back to you. So these are 2 palettes, again, minis, Mini Retro Galaxia. You can see that this one is hard panned, which I do not like, but I do forgive it because this shade is just my favorite one from the whole palette, and also I do forgive it because I can still grab it on the finger without any issues and also on the brush. And then let's do it from Mini Starlette as well. So this is mini retro and this is mini Starlette, and this is the what shade it is, Galaxia. Let's do the swatches. So this is mini retro and this is mini Starlette. So I do hope that you will see that these are also identical, and what I like the most about them is actually the wet effect on the eye, and also they don't I don't get the fallouts with them as much as I get basically as many as I get with other palettes, which is very weird, to be honest. And today I also applied this shade with the brush and I didn't get any fallouts at all, which is a good result and a good sign, of course. So this is basically the comparison that I have to show you for this palette. I also did have Natasha Denona Retro palette, the midi one, but I already sold it because I haven't used it much, and if I don't use the palette, I don't care about the brand. I don't care, like, even if this is Pat McGrath. I just sell it, and just to make sure that all the palettes that are in my collection that I love, that I use, and that I just want to reach for. But Natasha Denona Retro, it also featured like rosy tones, and maybe I would find some of the identical shades, but I don't have it already. Like, I physically have it, but somebody already purchased it from me, so I'm not able to show it to you. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, I do hope that these first impressions, I don't know how many of them there are already on the YouTube, but I hope that you will find this one also helpful. And thank you so much for watching. If you watched till the end, if you like this video, and if you watched till the end, again, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also leave a comment down below so that we can start interacting with each other. And have a good one, guys. Take care.